we'll be posting her story later. It's a very touching, heartwarming story. In fact, it makes you, Diane and I were just talking today about how this business is different than anything we've ever done. We've made money in everything we've done, but we've never had the fulfillment of helping people physically like this has allowed us to do. And Cindy's story is one that'll really touch your heart. It's amazing. Sheila, glad you're with us. Glad you're feeling better, recovering from some different procedures in the hospital. And so we're glad you're back. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep. Look forward to you getting stronger and stronger. And when you told me you were taking your pain pills or whatever it was about an hour ago, I didn't think you'd be here. So I'm surprised you're awake.
Me too.
All right. So we're not going to go very long tonight. I just want to encourage anybody who's not currently going to Celebration Nashville to get their tickets. I know the event's sold out. There'll be about 17,000 people there. But you can still get tickets. In fact, it's amazing to me that people don't scalp tickets. They actually sell them for what they cost. I know there's one lady who just sold one to Jay Romine, and she's got another one available. I think today's the last day it's easy. And by that, I mean you just transfer in your back office, and it's just like you bought it. After today, it's a little more tricky. You got to go through the front desk at the event itself to transfer the ticket over to you. It takes a little longer in line, but it's still very doable. We've had people do it before. So up until last minute, keep encouraging people that you bring on your team that are serious about the business to go to the event. And I know it's an expense, but the return on investment is what you look at in a business. And this event will have a super return on investment. The guest speaker who's going to be speaking is world famous. The cost to go to hear him give a couple hour speech, the whole event, the whole expense of the event is covered by that alone. I know Diane and I are really excited about hearing him in person. We've read his books, and we actually read his daily confession and thing every day. So it's going to be really, really good. So I think most of you on this call are already plugging into the morning calls. For those of you listening to this recording, that's the fundamental number one thing I can encourage you to do. The Cepedas have a brilliant system. It starts on Monday morning with recognition of how to set up your week, how to get started. Tuesday, it's all about the product. And Cindy, if you can ever call in on a Tuesday morning and share your product story, I know that really touched a lot of people's hearts. So I encourage you to do that. Wednesday is contacting and inviting, which is really where the rubber meets the road. Everything else is great. But if you're not out there talking to people and sharing this, your business is not going to grow. So you have the good product experience. That's the first and foremost. And then you share it. And Wednesday is all about effective ways to share. Thursday is Patty Cepeda's weekly call. It's a spiritual motivational call. She's a Christian, so it's Christian-based, but it really applies universally in the fact that it's principles of success. And I highly encourage everybody to get on a Thursday, Facebook Live or call. And Friday is Compensation Friday. My favorite day of the week. You have typically people who are making $1 million or more a year on that call who share a perspective on the compensation plan. Now, they don't normally go into the nitty-gritty of the compensation plan, like 600 BV on the right and 600 BV, 300 BV on the other team is a $54 cycle bonus, and you can earn 250 cycles in a given week. Once you max out your comp plan a few times, they give you the option to put in another position above your position. They call that a re-entry position. Herb and Patty Cepeda have coached us. We're not to that point yet, but they've coached us that when we do get there, don't be in too big a hurry to do the re-entry. A lot of people do it because of the status. It's called a platinum when you do that. But they suggest that you really shore up your current business first. And then if you're married, shore up your spouse's business under your initial business center. So consult with us before you do that. Now, most of us are a ways away. Diane and I believe we'll be there by the end of next year to max out business center. And hopefully that's your goal, but it might not be. You might be wanting to make an extra $500,000 a month, and that's cool. We have all kinds of different people listening to this. So whatever your goal is, I know ours is to max out multiple business centers. And you might be saying, well, what are you going to do with multiple millions of dollars a year? Well, we've got some pretty big dreams and visions. We want to give a lot of money away, but to be perfectly frank with you. So we intend to make a lot to give a lot. So the morning calls, to me, are the fundamental most important thing. Tonight is the last night of the free enrollment. So if you enroll someone with 150 BV or more by midnight tonight, East Coast time, 150 BV or more, doesn't have to be a pack, just has to be 150 BV or more. Now, to get the product introduction bonus, it has to be a pack. To get the double PIB, it has to be a pack, and it has to be an auto ship. So those are just a few nuances that you need to know so you don't miss a little commission there. 150 BV or more tonight. I would imagine next week they'll probably have another promotion because it's going to be the last week of the month. And go ahead, Gene, you have a question?
Yeah, I understand that to get the PIB, you need a pack, but can you modify the product assortment in a pack, or does it have to be as it comes?
If you get a pack and it allows you to modify, you can do that. But it's when you order a la carte and create a order over 150 BV a la carte, that doesn't count. It's got to be an existing pack. But you can modify a pack if it allows you.
If I bring somebody on and they don't need to lose weight, then I don't really have the option to get a package for energy or a package.
Oh no, there's packages for all categories.
Okay, good, thank you.
Yeah, and some of them are customizable to where it gives you a lot of flexibility within the pack. So there's a lot of options.
All right, thank you.
The Cepedas recommend that we don't even talk about the other product lines until at least after the first month. They recommend even skinny people use the weight loss system for at least a month to get the toxins out of their body and to get a fresh start. So that's kind of what we do. And they do that for two reasons. Number one, they really do believe everybody needs it. But number two is keep it simple. If you had to tell your average person, you got 4 packs in this category, 4 in this one, 16 packs, your new person's like, So they're pretty simple. The ultimate, the value, the premium, and the basic. And we don't even mention like the 9-day cleanse or the little bitty packs. We don't even mention those. If somebody does their homework and wants to buy it, it's really doing them a disservice to let them get that. Because here's why. If somebody wants the 9-day cleanse, it's $150, I believe, 148, somewhere in that range. It's 100 BV, so it's a qualifying order. But it's only 11 days worth of product. And that'd be a good trivia question. If you ever get to sit down with Kathy Coover sometime, ask them, why in the world they call it the 9-day cleanse when it's 11 days worth of product? But whatever. If they get that, for just $100 more, they can get 3 times the product. So for a little more than $100. But for $271, the basic pack, they get 3 times the product that they do for the 9-day. So what happens is if they get the 9-day and they like it, they end up buying a 30-day system anyway. So you're really doing people a disservice if you bring them in at that level. Unless, of course, they're absolutely positively 100% strapped for cash and that's all they can come up with, then it makes sense. And then you help them share, make some money, and buy the products they need.
Okay.
All right. So the main thing I want to talk about tonight was the event coming up. And then the next event is Express University. That is in August. I didn't have that out on my calendar, but it's in August. I've got it in my calendar. No, it's not August. It's October. Sorry. So they're looking at. Yeah, Express University is October 25th through the 28th. And the 25th is Thursday night. That's a business opportunity meeting. It's open to the public. And so you want to be building towards that, asking all your people, not only are we looking for prospects in Korea, but be looking for prospects in North Carolina. How cool is it to plug one of your prospects into North Carolina and turn them over to the team there with Herman Petty and the rest of the leaders there? They nurture them, they help them, and your business grows. So, again, those are the 2 big events this year. We got Celebration coming up in just a couple weeks. That's in Nashville. And then following that, we've got Express University, October 25th through October 28th. It's a Thursday through a Sunday. That event, by the way, is my favorite event of all the events I've been to in 20-plus years in this industry. Express University absolutely rocks, in my opinion. There's only about 1,000 people there. So it's not going to be like the 17,000 at Celebration in Nashville. That's going to be pretty crazy. And then the Isagenix events are second to none. I mean, they really know how to do it right. So you're really going to enjoy it. So come early, stay late if you can. Korea. We're not going to spend a lot of time on our leadership call here to talk about Korea. To learn more about Korea, you need to be on a Saturday call. And the Saturdays, every Saturday at noon Eastern. And we've got a couple of them recorded. So if you go to teamofhope.com, go to the June blog archive, and about halfway down the June blog 2018 archive, you'll see international expansion. Now, I purposely didn't say anything about Korea in the subject because we don't want people to find this. This is for our team. And I've got people outside of my team that go to my blog. So I kind of hid it. It's under June Blog Archive, and it's under International Expansion. And it's got all of my notes from our trainings from Kwang Soo. It's got where he's going to be, his phone number over there in Korea. It's got Michael Weeder's training from a couple weeks ago. It's got Dr. Shirley's training from about 3 weeks ago that's phenomenal. She just took what we were teaching and she actually started applying it. She already had like 5 people in front of Kwang Soo Shim. And now those people are bringing people to Kwang Soo Shim. And the leadership teams are starting to develop. We got about 90 days before we officially launch, maybe a little less. They will, I shouldn't say they will. I believe they will be announcing some specifics at the event in Nashville as far as when things are going to start happening. I was on, I know Steve Cunningham and a few of the other leaders were on the company's Korean expansion call, and they mentioned that they are trying to put together a pre-launch like they've done in other countries like the UK, but it's not official yet. There's a lot of programming and things that go into that, and so we're hoping by the middle of September to have the pre-launch. What pre-launch means is if you get somebody to Kwang Soo and they're interested, he would actually register them right there on the spot for you, and they would be placed in your tree on your right or left side. And then when the country does go live in the middle of October, that's when they purchase their product and actually activate their account. So that's what we mean by pre-launch. That's what we did in the UK, and it worked really, really well. Also, we're hoping that the pre-launch is even earlier. But again, that's all dependent on the IT department and if they can do what they were trying to do. Gene, I don't know if you raised your hand again or if I just haven't looked, but if you raise your hand again, go ahead with another question.
No, I did not.
Okay. Then I will mark that down and only calling you if you raise it again. All right, so we got the events. We got the Korea training on Saturdays. And I really want to encourage you, if you've kind of been on the fence, waiting, start taking some action at least. And when you come out of the event in Nashville, we should all have a very clear game plan on what to do. Kwang Soo will be there. He'll be one of the rock stars in Nashville. Get your picture with him. Get your picture with other Koreans on his team and start posting those on your Facebook page. You might be saying, well, why do that? Because when you're trying to connect with people on LinkedIn or Facebook, the more your page looks like you are associated with Koreans, the more they're going to be comfortable connecting with you. And so I recommend when you're in Nashville, get with Kwang Soo and his team and get as many pictures with the Koreans as you possibly can. It will benefit you. So those are the main things I want to talk about tonight. There is another full week in the promotion that's going on. If you get 3 sales in the month of July, you get a $150 coupon that you can use towards a product purchase. Gene, I believe you earned that. I'll be recognizing you tomorrow morning, you and Gary, for that achievement. I'll also, I won't be recognizing Cindy, but her mom, Evelyn, will. And I see Brian, you're on here, so we're real proud of Cindy. Good job, you guys. And then those are the 2 recognitions I know this week. If anybody has any more, let me know. And just be on that call. But there's one more week in the promotion that's going on. 3 sales, $150 free product. And Gene, did you get an email, or how did they put a coupon in your back office? Can you kind of tell us what that looks like?
I did get an email, but I went back and read the detail in the email, and I confirmed that they don't load that coupon in your back office until after the whole promotion is over.
Okay. I'm not sure why they do that, but that's cool. Thanks for letting me know.
Because I'm going to earn more.
I know, but you're gonna get both. It's cumulative, so I don't know why they don't just give it to you. But anyway, I know they've got enough experience to know that some people cheat promotions, and I guess there's some kind of compliance checking and stuff like that. I guess I don't know, but anyway, 2 more sales between now and a week from now, and Gene, there'll be 5 for you. At 5, you get a $250 cash bonus, and then 3 more after that for a total of 8. You get a Travel Arn suitcase. I think it's got the Isagenix logo on. I'm not 100% sure. I keep saying I'm going to look at that. I need to, but I'm going to win it no matter what. So Diane and I have 1 sale so far, and so I got 1 week to get 7 more, and we're going for it. So one little thing might get in my way, but we're going to do our best not to let that happen. So I want to ask if there's any questions tonight we spent a little time on our Saturday call actually talking to people. I think it helped them to get some details about the Korean launch. Again, let's try not to focus on Korea tonight, but let's focus on just generally building your business. Does anybody have any questions that I can help you with real quick before we wrap up? You can type it in or you can unmute yourself and say it. And Cindy, I don't know if you're able to talk, but we would love to hear your testimony that you shared with me and Diane via text today. That was so heartwarming. We're so proud of you. And if you're not able to speak, that's okay, but it looks like you unmuted yourself, but I can't hear you. All right, your microphone might not be working. I'm not going to share your testimony. I'm going to let you do it, or I'm going to do it in writing because it's so good I don't want to mess it up. Any questions from anybody before we wrap up? I see most of you are veterans on the call tonight.